Welcome back to Elevate, Massage Heights podcast. This is Shane Evans, co-founder and president. Today, I am joined by Emily Bratten. Emily is the retreat director at the Centerra location in Loveland, Colorado, which is one of Lisa Moore's locations. Lisa is a multi-unit operator and regional director. And Emily is here today to share with us best practices for a $2 million retreat, as well as some of the other things that she helps Lisa with the other locations that she owns. So welcome, Emily.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Let's get started. All right, Emily, can you name one process or habit that makes for a successful retreat?
Yeah, I think just showing up and giving it 100%. I know that sounds silly, but every day when I walk into the doors of Massage Heights, I ask every single person that works there how their day is. I'm not like Lisa. Maybe I'm not hugging you, but I am there to ask you how your day is. We have one massage therapist that he's like, oh, I'm okay. And I'm like, okay. And I was leaving him alone because I didn't know if, maybe that meant just, I'm okay, just leave me alone. And, I met with him and I said, Ian, you're just okay. And he's like, Emily, I'm so thankful you ask me every day how I am, but I would love a hug if I'm just okay. So I give him a hug every time I see him now, and I appreciate him so much. And I think massage therapists, they just want to know that someone cares about the hard work they're doing, and it's so hard. And I think that if I were to pour into anyone, it would be a massage therapist or skin therapist, because they're putting their whole body into everything they do.
Yeah.
And so just a habit of mine is to make sure I ask every single person in the building how they are. I meet with the team in the morning, whether that be just the front or just the back, and say, it's not necessarily like a formal, hey guys, I have this on the agenda and we need to get this done and this done and this done. It's very informal, but just getting everyone on the same page as you is really important, because you can come to work and do your job and go home, or you can come to work, love what you do, and, succeed.
Yeah.
So I think just making sure that you're really intentional with everyone in the building and finding someone that is in leadership that really cares. I worked at a bank. It was very, tie and be serious. Yeah, be serious. And, it doesn't have to be like that. You can have fun. And massage therapists are looking for relationships. They got into the field to create those relationships and really cultivate that. And so just making sure that they have that platform to do so.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Again, it is just a testament to the culture that you guys have built at your retreat and why your retention is so high. And we talked about that with Lisa earlier. But you've got such high retention of team members that have been there for long periods of time. And it's those little things that you just talked about. Asking somebody how they feel and having them, feel that you actually care how they feel.
And
so,
I do actually care. I'm
Yeah.
not just pretending like I do.
Yeah.
I really do care.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important to build a successful business, is to make sure that everyone cares.
Alrighty, Emily, we had a question that came in from Tom Gustav, and I asked Lisa when she was on as well, but I thought maybe I'd ask you and see if you can sort of give any more insight to it. So the question was, your therapists don't complain about being treated as an assembly line or in an assembly line manner. How is this accomplished?
So I think that just having a really real conversation with them and seeing where they want their paycheck to be, and then also treating them like a person, not an assembly line. Their work is difficult, and we want to honor what they do. But 6 hours is a short amount of time to be with us. So if they can, get as much out of that 6 hours as they can, then I think that's really important. And just explaining to them where their paycheck would be if they weren't taking hour breaks, because there's been people that have come to us that say, I want to work here, but I demand this and this and this. And one of those things is maybe an hour lunch, which is fine if that's what you want to do. And we've honored it, but then our whole culture is people are taking half-hour breaks. So if you're the only person and your colleague is making double you are, people see that. So I think just, allowing a little bit of leeway, but also making sure that they know the standard and what we expect from them.
And what we're talking about, again, just for people who might not have, listened to Lisa's episode, is that we typically book at Massage Heights people on 6-hour shifts, right? 9 to 3, 3 to 9 kind of thing. Generally speaking, most therapists don't work over 6 hours or have more than 6-hour shifts. I know you guys have some 8 and 12-hour shifts. But in the work world, in any work world, you get an hour break when you work an 8-hour shift.
Exactly.
Generally in any business, right? And so what we're talking about is not going in and pre-booking 1-hour breaks or even giving more than a 30-minute break in a 6-hour shift, correct? Yeah. And so so you want the therapist working through that 6 hours because that's how they're going to make money and that's how the business is going to make money. But you're what you really do is you show them what they're missing out on if they're taking those breaks in advance, or if we're plugging them in advance, what they could be missing out on. Is that correct?
Yep, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We make sure that they know where they're at and then where they could be. And, there's a break room, people talk, and if you're requesting an hour break and your colleague isn't, you can see the difference yourself. So we've hired people on that have asked for 15 minutes after their every massage. It doesn't work for us. We're too high of a volume retreat to be doing that. So we've tried it and it lasted a week. I mean, we're like, okay, we can accommodate that. You're a great therapist.
Sure.
Let's get you on board. And she said, this isn't working for me, so just kind of aligning our entire staff with a culture that we've set up. And then any time that someone new comes up, we'll, work with them. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And they are the first ones to see it. I think, in any place you work, there's always going to be a really super solid group of people and then maybe some packing peanuts that fall out.
Yeah, sure. So again, just being transparent with what you can and can't make if we do things a certain way, right?
And we're always open to try new things. I mean, I love learning and sometimes massage therapists will teach me things that I didn't know. So we're always open to try things that might work. Yep.
Absolutely. I think so. I'd love to hear a little bit about that. So giving them 15 minutes between sessions. What happened there in that 1 week time period where you tried that?
So she got hired on a Tuesday, and Tuesday night is our third busiest shift. It's when it's mostly just members that come in on Tuesday nights. We've got all of our therapists that are always requested, they work Tuesday nights. So she tried it on a Tuesday and, people were moving and she wasn't. And I think it's not that she wasn't succeeding. It's just that she could see that wasn't how we were doing things. And we were okay with doing it with her. Our rooms were booked, so she had to stay in the same room. We do a lot of room hopping. No one, claims a room and stays there. However, she could just see, that her 15-minute breaks after each session, they weren't going to happen at, Centerra.
Yeah.
And she's still with us, and she works 2.5 hours and gets a 30-minute break.
Got it.
And she's happy with that.
That's good. Well, you mentioned something that made me think I'd like to ask another question in regards to, you said your Tuesday night therapists are all member requests. Is that strategic? Are you guys?
It actually just happened that way.
Okay.
And, it just fell into place. But there's a ton of members that come in and see, requested therapists that night.
Okay.
A lot of our really great therapists that have high request rates are on Tuesday nights. So
just not intentionally, just kind of happened
no,
that
but
way.
I mean, it's really great because we're servicing a ton of members.
On Tuesdays.
Yep.
Yeah, when most retreats don't service as many people on Tuesdays.
Right.
So that is really good. Is there anything else about that you can share that you think people might need to know?
I
Anything
think
as far as strategy goes?
Yeah, I think just making sure that you're really aware of where things are. We use the Turnaway button in Zenoti. And then our massage therapist manager is really great at scheduling and making sure that, people have set schedules and that it's working for them. When we first hire you, you're not probably going to have a set schedule, but our requested and people that have been with us a long time have a set schedule that works best for our book so that we can accommodate both our members as well as our prospects. So whether that be, you're on Tuesday nights because you're servicing a lot of requests or however that works, I think it's really important, to play your schedule really well. And on Tuesdays, that doesn't mean we're not seeing prospects. We're still seeing prospects.
Got it.
But
It's just a big member night.
Right.
Yeah. So on your turnaways, how important is that, and how do you use that for hiring, or do you? How do you use the turnaway?
You can see definitely a higher volume of turnaways and where we need. Right now I could tell you Monday mornings we could use another therapist.
Because
so
you're using the
if you're
turnaway
out there-
consistently. Hey, no poaching.
Just
There's
kidding.
a no poaching
I'm
rule.
kidding. But no, we're tracking those turnaways to make sure that our massage therapist manager can see where, we're heavy on calls, but not, getting the people in. So if you hone in on that report and just really dive deep in to make sure that you have therapists on every shift, it's huge for your business.
Yeah. So do you use the turnaway as well when you're recruiting at actually in the interview process at all?
Yes, to an extent. We need people everywhere, so we're not going to say, hey, you have to work this day. But yeah, I think we definitely use, we have in the back of our head.
Where you're turning.
Yeah, we need Monday mornings and Sunday nights. So that's what we're looking for. And in the interview, I think that they definitely really pay attention to those things.
Yeah, got it. Do you ever, I guess what I'm getting at is, do you ever, and maybe you don't need to at Centerra, maybe you do it at other locations, I don't know, but do you ever use that turnaway report to actually show them if these are the days where we're turning away people, and this is equivalent to, X number of revenue, maybe not revenue, but payroll, what you could make. So if you work these shifts, do you guys have to use it that way, or do you ever use it
for
that way?
For males, we use it that way a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, male therapist is more difficult to book.
Yep.
So if they know these days I'll be booked, we're using that to our advantage. Absolutely.
Yeah. Got it. Good. I know a lot of retreats do not actually use the turnaway function.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, seriously. I think also I beg someone pretty much to put them on our wait list before they hang up the phone. So I can't get you in today. And they're like, it's okay, I'll call back another day. I'm like, no.
Yep.
You called for a reason. You wanted in that day. So
yeah. I'll call you as soon as something opens up.
Exactly. I pretty much beg everyone to, get on our wait list before I just turn them away.
Love that. That's really good, Emily. I mean, we have to. That's a lot of money when somebody calls, and whether it's a member or a prospect, they're going to only give us a few shots.
Exactly.
And then they're going to call somebody else, right? So you got to do everything that you can to try to keep them. All right. Well, we've had a lot of good information. I know that our franchise partners and operators have gotten some good tidbits from this podcast. I just wanted to make sure that if there's anything that you think that I should have asked you, or that you would like to share, that you get a chance to share it now. Can you think of anything? Is there one thing that you'd like to make sure that the operators know?
Yeah, I think I'm really fortunate I get to work for a strategic partner that really values her team and the people that she employs. And I think that if I were to give a strategic partner any advice, it would be, really get your hands dirty and get to know the people that are serving the community, that are making you money. Or maybe, that aren't quite yet making you money. I think it's so important that you find a team that you're passionate about, but also put in the work, because Lisa and Brad are there every week and really care about the people that they employ, and I'm thankful for it. I know that everyone else that works for them is really thankful for them. And so just get your hands dirty and be in the retreat and care about, or find someone that can, and make sure that the people that you employ are passionate about where they work.
Yeah, that's absolutely great advice. So that said, what is your favorite Massage Heights value?
Mine's passionate. I think I love everyone that works for Massage Heights, and I'm here to help. And I know Lisa and Brad are passionate, and it just really trickles down into a big picture and how many people's lives have been touched. So I think passion is so important, and I really am.
I love it. You are.
Yes.
You absolutely are. And you're also loyal, by the way. Lisa's been loyal to you. You've been loyal to her. I mean, all the years. A little bit of break in between, but there's been a lot of years. So, well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you coming in today. And I know you've just got so much experience to share, and we probably could have spent hours actually if we had more time to just kind of kick back and just talk, right? Because you guys, you're full of knowledge after all this time, and to run such a busy retreat, a high performing location, $2 million a year, or to over 2,000 members, right? Where are we on members?
2,700.
2,700, trying to get to 3,000 members this year, Lisa said.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yes, I bet you guys do it. I have a feeling you're going to get it done.
Yeah.
I have this feeling. So just for anybody out there listening, these ladies know exactly what they're doing. They do it well. And by the way, almost everything that comes out of your mouth is what I know, and it's because it's the processes that we've created for Massage Heights,
Right.
And so it's just executing on processes that are in place,
Yeah.
right?
And I think for me, when I started, I didn't have a clear direction, and I just called everyone that I could that would listen. I mean, Russell, Chad, I called everyone, and I was like, hey, I might not be doing this right, but can you please help me?
Yeah.
Because and they're like, just reaching out to a community and making sure that that someone has already done it, or there's a process in place that you just need to follow.
Yeah, just follow it. And you guys are following the processes, and some tweaks for sure in there that you have a little bit of your own style. It's awesome. And finding some things like introducing the membership as a 12 massage program instead of a 12-month program. Those things are great, and they're valuable things that everybody can learn. So thank you again. We appreciate it. It's been fun having you on, and I can't wait for the next segment that we're gonna do, because I think that's gonna be a little bit of fun. So
yes, can't wait.
Yeah. So that wraps it up with Emily. Thank you for joining today. Now that you've heard from us, we'd like to hear from you. If you'd like to have a special guest on the podcast, or you've got some specific questions that you would like to have answered, please email us at communications@massageheights.com. You need to go ahead and like and subscribe to the YouTube, because you don't want to miss this type of information. And as always, elevate the everyday.